Earth is very popular. We have bodies, we have gravity. It's very interesting. It's like a theme park for souls.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Eiji, I had a great topic today. It was a little bit something we've talked about before as far as souls. And I know a lot of people talk back and forth between where do souls come from, who has a soul, who doesn't have a soul. I think all things have a soul, but perhaps there's different levels to how developed a soul is. So my main question was, do you think the human soul is different from that of let's say, a dog, right? Um,
Mhm.
and how do we detect our souls? What is it that
Mm.
you feel when you think about your soul, who you are internally?
Mm.
Where does your soul live? Most importantly.
Um, okay. So, first of all, I think human souls are different from other creatures' souls here on Earth. Human souls are more advanced, and even they are from other planets. They just came here for certain purposes, or they just escaped from other planets, or they just visit because it's a beautiful planet.
Mhm.
Yeah. And also here on Earth, everything is moving systematically, I
Mhm.
think. It's under control. But I think human souls are more spontaneous compared to other
Okay.
souls.
I hadn't heard
Yeah.
that description before, but I'm curious.
Mm.
How do you mean spontaneity? How are humans more spontaneous?
I think they have a wider free will.
Mhm.
So they
Mhm.
have choices, they have their lives, and they have purposes to be here. But other animals or creatures, I don't think they have certain purposes. They just part of the system.
I think that's very interesting. I know people have a much deeper, I don't know, deeper or older or maybe more complex type of soul than that of
Mm.
like a dog. I think you can
Yeah,
definitely I think a soul
but
can detect a soul, right? When you look at a dog, you know something's home, something is there.
I think dogs, I mean pet dogs, pet cats, or any animals who what are pets, human pets, are more developed. So they have their own identities, characters.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they identify themselves as a individual. Yeah. But I don't think the wild creatures don't have like, a identity as the pet animal do.
Now, I think maybe could that have something to do with animals such as cats, horses,
Mhm.
pigs, mice, or whatever? Um, does that have to do with the animal itself? Like just cats, just dogs with domestication, for example, or closeness to humans?
Mhm.
Or is it just completely unknown why they're a little bit more developed in your opinion? Mhm.
That's a mystery.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Actually,
know is a good
yeah,
answer to honestly.
yeah. But uh, some people say that cats came from other planet. So
I've
there
heard this
are,
too.
yeah, they're not earthy animals. They came from, yeah, another planet. So their souls might be more developed or different from the creatures on Earth.
Well, we can go back as far as ancient Egypt used to have a
Mm.
sort of reverence or worship for certain cats, cat gods, dogs
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
And I don't know
yeah.
if it has to do I'm not an Egyptologist. I don't know the history
Mm.
behind that, but these animals were specific and had significance for some reason.
Hmm.
A lot of them were gods, right? A lot of them were gods.
Mm.
Um And I think it's so interesting. Oh, look at that. Talking about cats. Speaking of,
Oh,
we have
yeah.
a cameo here. I think she sensed that we were
Yeah.
talking about her. The only cat in my room right now.
Y yeah. I I think, it's about
Yeah.
love, amount of love. So, the those cats or, any kind of pet animals learned what love is. So they
Yeah.
learned love
Yeah.
or giving love,
Yeah.
receiving love from human.
I think it's definitely a special bond
Yeah.
that humans on this earth have with animals. And it goes as far as uh,
Mm,
animals helping humans, humans helping animals. I think, like I said, a soul recognizes a soul.
mhm.
Um, for example, there's been
Yeah.
cats who can detect types of diseases in humans. Horses being used for therapy,
Mm,
and uh, in the ocean, you have extreme cases where, for example, a dolphin will protect a human from, or a whale will protect a human from another dangerous
mhm.
animal. Uh,
Yeah.
and people love animals. I think they have a lot of
Mhm.
curiosity as to why we're on this planet with such types of creatures.
Mm,
Um, because when you look
mhm.
into the eyes of an animal, I feel like you see something, right? Is something. It's not the same as that as a human, but
Mhm.
even humans themselves, I don't know if humans have
Mhm.
different types of souls. I know, for example, there's origins, right? The
Mhm.
origin of a soul can be of a person, their soul can be from anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So actually, human souls are coming from multiple
Hmm.
different planets. So actually, we are not from Earth originally. So yeah, I heard that a few people uh from Earth, but it's very rare.
We aren't the only life in the planet, so it makes sense that uh
Mm,
people reincarnate, if that's what you believe, right? People can reincarnate on different planets as you don't even have to be a
yeah.
human like a humanoid like thing. I listened to a
Mm,
psychic once say that she knew somebody whose past life was that of a similar to a tree but with sentience, like a consciousness on a planet really somewhere else, another dimension, but it's
yeah,
still
yeah.
living. It's still a living thing.
Yes, Earth is very popular
Mhm.
because mostly
Mhm.
they don't have physical bodies, but we have bodies. We have gravity, so it's very interesting. It's like
Yeah.
a theme park for souls. Yeah. So some souls come here to
Yeah.
enjoy the
For sure.
experience.
I think I hear
Yeah.
I've heard multiple people say that just the vibration of Earth is so dense that everything here, who our souls, what they
Yeah.
actually
So
look
dance.
like, can't exist on such a dense place,
Hmm.
you know? And
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I have days where I used to get these days a lot when I was younger. When I was first starting to become a little bit more enlightened, I would just feel so heavy in my body, like going up the stairs or just walking, just I used to wonder, why does this feel so heavy all the time?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I would think that, but I just had this
Mm,
thought all the time, like,
yeah.
why is this so just so heavy? Like I'm wearing a suit. It feels like I have all this extra weight. I think I'm used to it by now, but I still have some days where I walk around and I think, you ever have those kind of dreams where you're running from something and you're going really slow? In a similar
Hmm.
fashion, sometimes I'm going through life and it feels like
Yeah.
I'm just going very slow. Um, but yeah, I do hear the density
Yeah.
here. We're in the solar system, Earth is
Yeah.
like in the perfect spot, right? Any closer to the sun, no life would be possible, but any further from the sun, I think it would be too cold or something. I heard
Hmm.
some science about that one. So Earth is a very unique place to
Y-
exist.
yes, yes. It's a perfect environment to live with
Yeah.
physical bodies.
Um,
Yeah.
but I've been having a great time on Earth, really. How has your experience been so far, AG?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I also feel heavy, the heaviness here, because I think we both came from other planets,
yeah,
even higher dimensions. So that's why we feel the heaviness more than the way other people
yeah.
feel. So sometimes I'm too overwhelmed with like
Mhm.
the people or
Well,
people energy. Yeah. So I'm a little too sensitive to the heaviness.
I think that goes to show
Yeah.
that it takes a lifetime to get used to living here on Earth as an
Mm.
animal, as a human.
Hmm.
It doesn't make life here any less precious. I think,
Yeah.
regardless if I know some people believe that
Uh-huh.
Earth is a prison planet, but I think hell and heaven is well, it's how you make your life. Your life can be heaven, your life can
Mm.
be hell, but regardless,
Yeah.
you're here for at least 80 years, so have fun and do what you
Hmm.
want, hopefully without getting in at anybody else's experience in a bad way. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I definitely had such an interesting conversation. I would love to continue speaking about more about souls. I think people that might be something people are
Yeah, of
interested
course.
in. Of course, it's a mystery that's been around forever,
Mm.
where we come from and where we're going.
Yeah. Mm.
So let's
Yeah.
talk again soon, and thank you so much for watching, everyone. See you soon.
Okay. Thank you. See you next time.